I'm about to go down a very strange rabbit hole, and I hope I can get some of you to follow me. Where I'm going is, to me, extremely interesting, and in fact fascinating, and I think it's very important. So here we go. First of all, let's look at the symbol for dragon in China. The character for dragon has an incredible number of strokes, and if someone in China has to write this character, it's going to take a lot of time. Originally, the traditional character for dragon was the same in Japan as it was in China. The spoken words were and remain different, but the character for dragon was the same. Then Japan simplified it first, and a bit later China did exactly the same thing, but more radically. The same thing happened with many different characters in both countries. But here is the problem. Why? Why was this done? What was the purpose? The problem is that what is simple depends upon what you are doing. If you are just reading such a character, the more complicated one may be easier to read. It's unique, and using it has the advantage of continuity. You can still read text going way back in time, and that certainly is a very good thing. The simplifications that came later were for writing by hand. But when they made these simplifications, no one knew that the computer revolution would replace all these written strokes with a simple keyboard entry, making the whole matter irrelevant. The same thing now happens when creating scores. We don't write the music, we type it in, or we make a MIDI file and then let the program convert it. This changes everything. If I want to preserve tradition in a piece by Chopin, I'll write the music exactly as he did with no changes. It won't have any effect on what I play or what the music sounds like. I can use a key signature as he did, or I can use no key signature at all. Then I can see which looks better, meaning what is easier and cleaner on the page. With that idea in mind, I'm showing you two different ways to write a section of one of his preludes. In his way, he used 4 sharps for the whole piece, representing C sharp minor. But because his prelude modulates to 11 of the possible 12 keys, writing it his way takes a lot longer and puts a lot more symbols on the pages. Did he know that? Of course not. He could not possibly have known that because of the technology at the time, so if he wanted to explore what I'm exploring, he couldn't. It would have taken him forever to rewrite the piece even one time. Without a computer program, you can't flip views in a few seconds. You can't do a what-if experiment with your notation. Whatever your first idea is becomes what you are stuck with forever. But what actually works best keeps changing. Old composers did not know what we know today about what works best, and they could not know that because of their limited technology. So it turns out that for this piece by Chopin, my solution, no key signature, turns out to be far simpler and clearer to read because it eliminates something like 1/2 of all the extra accidentals that appear. Remember that an accidental is any sharp, flat, or natural that appears in any measure for any reason. In Chopin's day, composers rarely changed the key signature. They were locked into a clumsy habit that was actually very illogical, unmusical, and slower to write by hand. This is the exact reason why tradition, when followed obediently without exploring, is so destructive. It stops thinking, and by doing that, it stops progress. Now, please subscribe to my channel, leave comments about anything that you like, or any questions you have, or anything you'd like to see in the future.